Today I really wanted to make a video about the confirmed characters and analyze the gameplay on Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker to deduce what kind of playstyles you could expect from each character. But the trailer is so heavily edited and it's full of bugs from what it seems, I couldn't come to any conclusions. And you know, it doesn't take a genius to know what the 8 confirmed characters are, so I'm not gonna make a video about that, because it's literally just you take this screenshot and this screenshot from the trailer and BAM! There you have it! 8 confirmed characters: Sakura, Sasuke, Naruto, and Kakashi from Naruto Shippuden, and Conan, Pain, Itachi, and Kisame from the Akatsuki. So here's what I thought would be interesting for us to do today in this video. We're gonna look at the confirmed roster and deduce who's gonna be next, who's gonna be in the final game. Let's start with the obvious. The title of the game is Naruto to Boruto, so we should be seeing some Boruto in this game in no time. Now, this is a team battle game, and the developers, judging from the current roster, they're trying to put teams of 4 together that make sense within the manga and the anime, at least for the trailers. So if we see Boruto, what would Boruto's team look like? If you've read the manga or if you've watched the Boruto Naruto the movie, you know what his team is. It's led by Konohamaru, the adult version obviously, and alongside Boruto you have Sarada and Mitsuki. So there you have it. There's another 4 characters that we will most likely see, and these I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in the game. Now, it's pretty hard to imagine a Naruto game without the most popular characters in it. I think it was no accident that they decided to show these characters instead of Boruto characters, because Boruto's popularity still isn't on the same level as Naruto, so they decided to go with some all-time favorites. So from there, we think, what are some of the most popular Naruto characters? Here are a few examples: Gaara, Rock Lee, Neji, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Minato, Deidara, Sasori, Shikamaru, and Hinata. This is based on a few popularity polls that I just pulled off Google. If we apply the same logic to these characters that we just did to Boruto and put each one of them in a 4-man team, then the roster already becomes insane. Gaara implies at least Kankuro and Temari. I don't know who the number 4 would be. Rock Lee and Neji just need Tenten and Guy to complete a team. And it makes sense because Kakashi is in the game, so Guy would be the rival. It makes total sense. Tenten, on the other hand, she's not too popular, but hey, the other guys are there, so I guess she'll join the ranks. If both Orochimaru and Jiraiya are in the game, then Tsunade has to be as well. Perhaps even the 3rd Hokage, but that might be speculating a bit too much. Deidara and Sasori, they don't need any extra characters because they are members of the Akatsuki, and we already have 4 Akatsuki members, so we can make a team with any of them. And finally, both Shikamaru and Hinata, these guys might be exceptions to the rule because they have bigger roles in Boruto, so we might be seeing the adult versions of them and not really the Shippuden arc versions. At the same time, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to include all of these teams from Naruto Shippuden and not include the Shikamaru team and Hinata team. I'm just trying to keep speculation to a minimum, and that would add a ton of other characters on top of that. And you know, so far we haven't gone too far on speculating on characters, you know, from other villages or even more members of the Akatsuki, and there's so much more to explore in the world of Naruto. And still, look how crazy this roster is already, including only the most obvious choices. They might even expand further into Boruto territory with Shikadai, Metal Lee, Akimichi, Yamanaka, so many options, which leaves the developers pretty much 2 choices. They either have the biggest roster a Naruto game has ever seen, or a lot of people are gonna be disappointed because their favorite character is not in the game. And that concerns me, because if the roster is really big like it seems it's going to be, the game is going to be very hard to balance. With every character having their own unique moveset, their own unique abilities, and potentially even their own unique transformations, balancing a roster of over 100 characters, and not only 100 characters, but all the possible combinations they can make between themselves as teams of 4, is gonna be insane. Some would even say impossible. And there was a very easy solution to this problem, which was focus more on the Boruto universe, but that's apparently not the case because of what they decided to show with this first trailer. They're obviously pulling a lot more from Shippuden. I could think of another solution, which is you don't let players make their own team compositions. You let them choose between pre-made teams like the Team Akatsuki or Team 7 or Team 10 or whatever, but you don't let them make their own teams, which is gonna leave a lot of people frustrated if they can't just pick the character they want and pair them up with microphone no jutsu and pair them up with whatever other character they want to do. Like, people are gonna be pissed if they can't do that. And there's one last solution, one that I really wish doesn't come to pass, but it sounds like it's the most probable one, which is every character is kind of similar. In this trailer, we already see a lot of 3-hit combos from melee range. We see one ability or two, but the characters seem to behave very similarly to one another. When people saw this trailer for the first time, they compared the game to J-Stars. They said the combat looks similar, and I see where you guys are coming from, but I think this one looks a lot more fluid than J-Stars, which can be a little bit clunky. Even the Storm games were an evolution of that style of gameplay. And that's exactly what I expect out of Shinobi Striker as well, an evolution of the J-Stars style of combat. Where does that evolution take us? That's the big question, and I'm hoping that the evolution takes us to very distinct movesets where every character feels kinda unique. But you can't have that and a huge roster and have the game be balanced. So that's a big dilemma that the developers are probably facing right now. Anyway, that's what I had to say about the Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker roster and what I think of it. You guys let me know in the comments which characters you want to see in the game. If you feel like watching some Boruto, here are 5 reasons why I'm loving the series so far. Or if you're in the mood for something else, you can click this video as well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.